Hello, guys. A very good morning and welcome to Africa and Beyond Television Network. And this morning, let us take a look on rampant corruption which is happening within the judiciary. So, there is a report which suggests that a magistrate and another worker from the ICT department, they have been arrested by Zimbabwe Anti-Corruption Commission in connection with thievery. And we need to take a look onto these developing stories. So, a lot is happening in the nation of Zimbabwe. ZimLive reports that ZAC Online arrested Murewa magistrate Terence Mashaire on allegations of receiving bribes from litigants, and Takuzo Malon Musa, a Judicial Service Commission ICT technician, for receiving a USD 350 bribe from a litigant in a matter before the High Court. And we need to take a look onto these two cases. What are the driving factors of corruption, rampant corruption in the magistracy? Because these people, when they're doing whatever they're doing, they are risking. Risk, and we need to understand when we're dealing with these issues, we need to understand the circumstance surrounding their actions. Number one, corruption is caused by greediness, but other factors include lack of proper commensurate remuneration. When you are working so hard and you are not getting enough, you are tempted to be corrupt. Number three, if you are taking a look on your peers in the region, for example, we have magistrates in Zimbabwe, magistrates in Mozambique, in Zambia, in Malawi, South Africa. This is the SADC region. You tend to compare yourselves to say, okay, what is a magistrate in South Africa doing? You will see a magistrate in South Africa posting a car, posting a house, and affording to send his kids to nice schools and affording holidays. And you come to Zimbabwe, you cannot afford to go to Victoria Falls, you cannot afford to send your kids to nice schools, you cannot afford a car, you cannot afford a house. You are being told about some bogus housing schemes. Those are the things you'll be told. And you're a magistrate. And somebody wants to win a case or wants somebody to lose a case, then comes and says, okay, what next? And you really need that 1,000 US dollars. You take it and say, okay, let me do it. Somebody is supposed to go to jail for 9 months, 6 months, then you sweep the matter under the carpet, you acquit that person, or you suspend the sentence. You see, all these issues are happening. Why? Because these magistrates, the majority of them are hungry. Number two, the majority of them, when they got employed, they were not employed on merit, but on unoziva ani. Yes, that is a fact. It's much more better to be a lawyer than to be a magistrate in Zimbabwe. But because anenge achiona kuti ari kuremerwa kunoita lawyer, anoti no, regai ngoitwa magistrate, chiro risina chandiri kuwana. That is the kind of situation which has been created by ZANU-PF at this moment in time. The regime does not care. They don't care. They don't care how your magistrate is going to work. They expect him to be in the same combi with Mbava, the same thieves. They expect him to be in the same combi with the same thieves. That is the kind of life our magistrates are living. Then there is peer pressure. They always see these things, these flashy things, on the top echelons. Like if you go into the judiciary, there are those people with pecs who drive nice cars, who are living large and everything else. They emulate that kind of life and say, okay, this is the kind of life we need to have. And they try to match. And when they try to match, they end up taking. It becomes a culture. And when it becomes a culture, then it will be very difficult for you, for anybody to leave it. I can tell you this. Just imagine you are coming from a home where everybody is drinking beer. You are growing up and everybody, including children, is drinking beer. What will you learn? You will learn to drink beer. It will be by God's grace for you to live such a culture. Just imagine you are living in a family where each and every day, it becomes a culture. It becomes part of you. You are in a family of humble people, respectful people, loving people, caring people. It grows with you because that is the culture. Just imagine you get birth to your child in London and your child attends a school where English is prioritized. At home, you are speaking in English. Everywhere there is English. You come with that child to Zimbabwe, asingazive Shona, will never speak Shona. Why? It's because the environment this child was subjected to is an English environment. So no matter the Shona in you, no matter the broken English you speak, your child will be speaking English fluently. Why? The environment was English. You might be from Matebeleland or from Mashonaland, and you grew up in another area where your language, original language, is not spoken. You take even the accent of Ndebele people, and nobody will identify you as a Shona, except when it comes to the issues of an ID, to say, okay, tipeo ID, okay, I'm Shona. But you have taken everything because of the environment you have grown into. That is the reason why if you go to America, the Black Americans in there, the kind of English they speak, and our own English right here. You go to Nigeria, the kind of English there. You go to South Africa, the kind of English there. You go to Uganda, the kind of English there. To Kenya, the kind of English there. And you say, is this the same English? It's because of the environment. This is what these magistrates and these judicial workers or officers are subjected to. So pano anamukana we350 guys asiye because anenzara kumba kwake. That is the honest truth. Sutu iri kutomunetsa. When you see these people wearing suits, where do you think they're getting these suits? Because what they're earning and what they're getting cannot make them buy suits. And when you see them wearing nice suits, very, very brand new suits, and driving those small cars each and every day, where do you think they're getting these cars? Where do you think they're getting this fuel? It's because of corruption. And the government is on the forefront of promoting corruption. Number one, they are involved in corruption. Number two, they use these magistrates in dirty games. Yes. There is this issue of nepotism, which makes one immune to rules and regulations of an organization. Connected to Ningi. That makes these people untouchable, and whatever they're doing, they ignore the ethics of their work. So I'm not amused to hear such issues of corruption. Yes, it's because this is what is happening. But the problem is the big fish. They're roaming around freely. Nobody cares about them. Skanzi, you pay peanuts, people take bribes. Yes, that is true. Skanzi, Zimbabwe is rotten to the core. A whole magistrate getting in trouble for mere 350. It shows how poverty is biting and no one is left behind crying my beloved country. Skanzi, okay, Skanzi, if you want to achieve greatness, stop asking for permission. Okay, this is something else. And Zakonline munoanza maceremonial arrest titariserewo kasa Scott na wiki first tozwa kuti munoda basa zvikanzi what can they do when they are earning 180k RTG. Zvikanzi cash and release is loading. All Zimbabwe magistrates azano mafia activists lafa izwe letu. So kazhinji ukaona wakupinzwa panyaya idzi pane paunenge wakungoporonga in terms of meeting their demands somewhere. unenge wachibatwa manje uri pacrossroad yekuti auya munhu wezano asoroburitsa pane wawakadyira, then you are in between, then boom, ZAC is activated against you. So I hope and believe that our authorities are going to deal with these matters and make sure that these issues are resolved. You know, we need corruption to end, but for corruption to end, we need to deal with the causes of corruption. We need to deal with the causes of corruption. Just look at this young man. He's a very promising young man, but he is caught in the mix of thievery simply because the government is enabling thievery to happen. So we have to fight. We have to deal with this matter. Chief Justice Malaba is there illegally. What do you expect from everybody he's leading? He's there illegally. What do you expect? It is what it is in Zimbabwe. Let us talk in the comment section.